Microsoft should just steal my idea, okay? They should just do it. They should just take it as a fresh idea right now, ladies and gentlemen. Now, don't get me wrong over here. I'm really excited about the new consoles, okay? Even though that I'm a PC gamer at heart, I really do enjoy consoles to an extent, right? I always find that no matter what, as great as PC gaming is, for some reason, you can't make it as plug-and-play, dead-brain simple as loading up as grabbing a controller, firing up a box, putting in a disc, and calling it a day. All right, it's just easier, okay? Far less steps, whatever you want to call it. And for a good time, I just sort of sit on my couch sometimes after a long day of work, fire up an Xbox or PlayStation, and I enjoy some gaming, okay? There's nothing wrong with consoles, okay? They are pretty damn convenient. But we're getting to the point where we're reaching a singularity, so to speak, right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this Xbox One, Xbox Series X news is crazy. Apparently, Microsoft, and I don't know how confirmed this is. I mean, Microsoft's confirming it, but it sounds too good to be true. They're releasing an Xbox Series X that apparently pretty much will stand toe-to-toe with some of the highest-end PCs out there. We're talking about using some of those new Ryzen processors. We're talking about using their new GPU chipset that apparently is rivaling the top end from NVIDIA. Now, of course, big earth-shattering news. And not only that, but Microsoft's new Xbox has got a lot of fucking good software under the hood. We're talking direct machine learning so that we can talk about upscaling some of our older games right on that box. We're talking about some really good under-the-hood tech that's being built up. Not only to mention the fact that ray tracing is going to slowly become a thing on this whole deal. This is a great time to be alive. This new generation of consoles has got me like freaking excited, okay? Like I'm ready to let this goat see me. Now, PlayStation 5 has also got me relatively excited, but to a lesser degree. Look, I'm not saying I'm against PlayStation, okay? I ain't no fanboy of anything, but if it's one thing, Microsoft's been coming out of the gate bringing ball after ball of useful tidbits about this new Xbox. Sony, you know, yes, it's a new PlayStation. Yes, it'll run games, newer games. Yes, they'll look better. Hopefully, it'll have full backwards compatibility. I'm still holding on to that. Just because it has PS4 backwards compatibility doesn't get me excited. You know, PS1, 2, and 3 shouldn't be overlooked. There's some good games right there. But regardless of whatever Sony's doing, Microsoft has me by the balls at this point, okay? Like, as much crap as I'll give Windows 10 MS as a nutshell, I will say the Xbox division has been blowing it out of the park. Now, don't get me wrong, when Xbox One launched in 2013, that was the worst launch in history, okay? The people behind that should have been completely axed from the corporate world. We're talking one of the worst, we're talking the Hindenburg of game development right there, okay? Talk about having a brand and dragging it through fire, dragging it through horse manure, dragging it through dirty, pus-filled razors, whatever you want to call it. We're talking the worst thing that they could have done. And over the years, Xboxes slowly come back. They haven't fully revitalized themselves, but they're making an honest attempt, man. I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due. With the Xbox One that I own, when I look at it through the years, has come stocked full of newer and newer features. I mean, it's come a long way. You know, even the fact that backwards compatibility is one of the big focal points of this device just gets me even more giddy. Ladies and gentlemen, I think Xbox is in a prime position to take over. But I'm not making this video to just cover up the actual news that everyone else has. I want to make an awesome idea for the system, okay? Now, lately we've been doing the Billy VM videos where I've talked about Linux like crazy. And look, I'm a huge Linux fan out there. I love it. You know, it's great. I think it's the future of operating systems. I think it's the future of desktops. I think eventually over time it'll take over whatever Microsoft has. But we got a ways to get there, okay? Linux here, the desktop, keep adding to that. But the new Xbox can really kind of bridge the gap between what I've been talking about there and where people are now in terms of console gaming. So if we take a look back in history, PlayStation 3 had something called Other OS. If you don't remember what this is, basically PS3 allowed you to install Linux on board onto it, you know, a PS3 version of it, and use it kind of like a desktop computer. It was actually so cool that the US Army, the Air Force Division, bought a bunch of these, installed Linux, and like basically daisy-chained them together and make a bootleg supercomputer called the Condor. So there was a lot of versatility when it came to that. Now, Microsoft's Xbox is poised to be like a near high-end PC style deal that you're getting. But, and bear with me, I know that you can play games on this just using your controller and call it a day. But how awesome is it going to be if Microsoft allows you got to remember, when this thing launches, it's going to have a terabyte of hard drive space to deal with, right? Imagine for a second if Microsoft allows you to say, hey, keep 500 gigs for the Xbox Series X partition, okay? Just play games regularly like you would. And then give 500 gigabytes on that hard drive away to a Windows 10 partition. Install Windows 10, the PC version of Windows 10, alongside the Xbox Series X system. You got to logically think about it. Microsoft at this point does not care about exclusivity in terms of gaming. The fact that you can play all their first-party games on a PC or an Xbox day one is amazing. Okay, if you think about it, you don't have to take a choice. You can play Gears of War 5 on an Xbox One, and if you have a PC, then you can just install it on the PC and cross-play, cross-save, do what you have to. It's literally one of the coolest things that they've been doing. Exclusives are a thing of the past. It's all about unifying people together and get them gaming as one, get them cross-playing together and all that good stuff. Why not allow Xbox users to finally tap into PC gaming for the first time? I keep hearing it from a lot of people who tell me it's hard to get into PCs, man. It's too expensive. Imagine having a high-end or mid to high-end PC right there in front of you that you can easily manage and work right there. Now, up until this point, Xbox One has been powering off with VMs, and it's why I mentioned my Billy video earlier. I'm using VMs to exclusively game on, and so are you when you're using an Xbox One. Microsoft effectively has a hypervisor, Hyper-V, and they're using that to basically push game virtual machines out to your system. So they're divvying up the RAM, processor, GPU to an extent so you can game in a VM and then have other things loaded up on the side. It's pretty cool tech, and it's tech that's been around for a while. So why not go the extra step and allow us to finally, in this day and age, install Windows 10 alongside our actual Xbox partition and just fuse those worlds together? Now, I know a lot of people are like, what's the point? You know, why? Here's the thing, it's an option. Backwards compatibility, not everyone uses, but it's an option, and a great one at that. This is a cool idea because if you think about it, you know, gone are the days where you have to really think about what system you're getting your game on. Imagine getting Rainbow Six Siege, all right, and instead of just playing on the Xbox One version of it, imagine if you have PC friends on the PC version of Siege. Just installing Windows 10 to your new Xbox, downloading Uplay on that, and installing Siege is great. Microsoft doesn't care where you play their games, whether it be on PC or the Xbox console. The fact that you're paying for Game Pass or buying their games to begin with is a win in their books. So why not just go the extra way and just go out of it and give us what we want? You know, this is Microsoft right here, okay? They're in control of their Windows IP, their Xbox IP. Just allow us to install Windows 10 on our system and use it like a PC. When you logically think about it, imagine the extra value you're going to get out of this box when it comes time to get it. Not only can you game on it, but you can edit your videos on it. You can learn video production on it. You can program using an Xbox. Fuck, you can develop Xbox games directly on the Xbox itself. That is some kind of cool shit that's coming out, ladies and gentlemen. And it's one of the things that I really want to stress Microsoft takes this idea. Because when you look at things like value, okay, when Christmas time comes, when the launch for these systems come out, people are going to have to make a choice, one box or the other. It's not, you know, in everyone's interest to get every single thing when it comes out. These boxes are going to be pretty damn expensive. Now, I'm going to pitch something to you real quick. If you had to pick between Sony's PlayStation or Microsoft's Xbox, and yes, I get it, Sony has some cool exclusives, but let's not beat around the bush. Most people that really care about it are probably just going to buy a used PlayStation at some point and just get a bunch of those exclusives wholesale, typically towards the mid to end of the life cycle of that generation. But if at the same time I pitched you the same box from Microsoft's standpoint and said, not only do you get a strong box to game on, but you can install PC stuff to this and use it as a full-on fledged computer. From a gaming perspective, imagine running all your emulators through this box if you felt like it. Imagine running your PC versions of games. Imagine running Cyberpunk 2077 on the PC partition of an Xbox Series X and installing mods and doing what you can to it. Imagine fusing those worlds and finally just unshackling people from PCs or consoles. This is stuff of the future, and it's stuff I fully endorse. If you're going to give us one of the strongest consoles in history, give us the option to use it to its full potential. All right, that's all I'm really saying. As a PC gamer to these people, I would gladly buy an Xbox Series X if it came with a feature like this. Because if I think about it, the value proposition of not only having a strong console, but a fully utilized gaming PC as part of it is pretty damn sweet. Using it to not only game, but I can use it to program, use it to actually edit videos, use it to do whatever I want. It's all up to me. That would be a really cool idea. And I think that would really shatter the console world coming this release cycle. But that's just really what I gotta say, man. That's really where I stand on top of it. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just saying it like this. Microsoft, they have an option to fire the nuclear switch. This is up to them. Because so far, Sony is kicking their ass in terms of consoles sold. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, one is just gonna exclusively play games, fine. One is going to play mostly the same games. The third parties are still going to work between Xbox and PlayStation, but one is also going to come out with the option to give you far more bang for your buck versus the other. And I think Microsoft has the actual assets, the leverage to really pull this off. This would be really mind-blowing, and I think it would break up and shatter the entire gaming world out there. This would be as impressive as the Nintendo Switch was when that released. The idea of having a hybrid console. Here, the idea of having a hybrid console and PC is something that I totally endorse. And ladies and gentlemen, it's just finally time to see if Microsoft does this or they don't. And even if they don't on launch day, I would hope that this idea may be roadmapped in the future, because I feel like as these systems get stronger, it's a damn shame, and I mean a damn shame, to have them waste their resources just playing specific applications. This is what I believe. This is where I'm at, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Because if Xbox does this, I'm sure even the most hardcore fanboys will have to look away and see, damn, they're really shaking it up. And if, you know, let's say if Microsoft does this, it'd be kind of cool if Sony decides to get off and say, hey, maybe we'll bring Linux back to the PlayStation. I mean, you've already seen people on the internet, and if you look this up, people are running Gen 2 Linux on a PlayStation 4 and getting some damn good results with playing some games. Imagine opening up these boxes to more than what they're really at. You know, when this generation launched, we got really stupid shit like, hey, here's voice commands. You know, here's using your Xbox as a cable top box. No. How about we use an actual system and just actually use it to its full potential? The value proposition is insane, and that's all I'm really pitching. I hope Microsoft takes my idea. Again, let me know what you think. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I am out.